Mouse clicks will show as a radiating circle like this, and the word left just means it's a left click. Choose New Session in the File menu. In the New Session menu that appears, select Create Blank Session. Most of the settings I'll suggest are probably already there by default. Choose BWV, which is wave, for the audio type file, audio file type, 44.1 Hz for the sample rate, and 24-bit for the bit depth, stereo mix for the I/O settings. So those are already selected, as you can see, except for I/O settings, which I changed to stereo mix. Click OK. I'm saving as, let's say, test 3. Save the file in a place where you'll be able to retrieve it later. And then in case it's not already open, open the Edit window in the Window menu. Choose I/O Setup in the Setup menu. And you should see your interface when clicking the Input and Output tab. So here's the Input tab, and you can see my Avid Mbox Mini and the in 1 and 2 stereo format. Click on Output, you can see the Mbox Mini here, out 1 and 2 stereo format. You shouldn't need to make any changes, but it's good to check the settings, that the settings were made when you installed the software for your interface. Create an audio track by choosing New in the Track menu. In the New Tracks dialog that opens up, there are 3 pop-up menus from left to right. Select Mono, Audio Track, and Samples. Those are usually there by default. Then click Create. To record on an audio track, activate the track by clicking on the track name. So I just clicked on Audio 1, as you saw. The selected track name should turn white. If you have multiple tracks, whichever one you click on the track name, it will turn white. Connect a microphone or guitar to your interface. Adjust the input volume on the interface if necessary. Click the Record Enable button. That's here just to the left below the track name. And make some noise on your instrument or microphone. You should see a signal on the level meter like this. You can actually see my voice on the level meter too, since the mic is going into the inbox as well. Click the Record Enable button on the transport. I'm clicking on the upper right, as you saw, and selecting Transport. And then this is the Record Enable button. You just saw it turn red and flashing. Press the space bar on your computer to start recording. And I'll make some noise again. And press the space bar again to stop recording. Then press return to return to the beginning of the track if necessary. To select part of the resulting audio for editing, click on the Edit tool in the Edit Tools section here. Then set the edit mode to grid. Set the grid value most commonly to 1/4 note to edit by beats or 1 bar to edit by bars. That's here. I'll set it to 1/4 note to edit by beat. At the bottom of the screen on the lower right, I'll click the plus sign to zoom in. And when I get to the point where I can see beats in the timeline up here, I'm clicking on it. There's bar 1 and bar 3. I want to see the beats of bar 1. Now I'll type return again to go to the beginning. So there's bar 1 in the timeline, 1/1, that's bar 1, beat 1, 1/2, bar 1, beat 2. And now I'll use the edit tool to select by clicking and dragging bar 1, beat 2. Then, for instance, I could delete that by pressing the delete key, or undo by choosing undo in the edit menu. If you want to edit without grid restriction, set the edit mode to slip. Create an instrument track by choosing New in the track menu. Then in the New Tracks dialog, select Stereo, Instrument Track, and Ticks. It's probably going to be on Ticks by default. Click Create. You probably already see inserts A through E here on the instrument track. If not, select inserts A through E in the Edit Window View selector here. You see it's already selected, but that's where you would select it if it's not there. Activate the instrument track by clicking on its track name. Click the top button on inserts A through E in that track. Remember, this one up here is not the track we're on. That's the audio track. This is the instrument track that we created called Instrument 1. And this is A through E for that one. And select from the pop-up menus multi-channel plugin, then Instrument, then Boom. You should read Creative Collection Plugins Chapter 4 on Boom. Be aware Boom does not write MIDI, and MIDI notes that you write in the MIDI editor can play Boom with MIDI notes. And each of the MIDI notes, C3 through D#4, can trigger Boom, a pattern in Boom, in the currently selected preset. To be continued.